Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be showing you how to make a dark background exactly like this one. So first, you're going to want to go to the Lightings tab, go to its brightness and set it to 0. So it's already got a bit of a dark effect. We can change this in a second, but first we're going to want to go to the stuff down here, go to sunrise, delete that, go to depth of field, delete that, and delete bloom as well. Now you're going to go to toolbox, set this, instead of models, go to decals, and then search up black. Then you're going to find just a straight black square just like this, copy the asset ID, then go to the sky and under lighten, then go all the way over to here and just paste in the new asset ID so everything is just black like this. It's going to give it this nice dark effect. So we can just keep doing this. So now, when I look around, it already looks a bit dark. So now we're actually going to go to our Lightings tab and set our brightness to 0. So it's a bit dark. We're also going to set our time of day to 0. So we have the stars out or whatever you want. And if you don't like the stars, you want to just be pure darkness, you can go over to under lighten, go to sky, and then, wait, no, it's atmosphere. In atmosphere, okay, so I was right, it was under, sky. Under sky, you can see star count, you can change that to 0 if you want to get this dark effect. I like stars on just to give it a creepy effect, but you can change it to whatever you want. You can make it have a bit of stars, like 1,000 maybe. It's like there's still stars, just not a lot. You can make it have a lot of stars, or you could make it have very small amounts of stars, like you almost can't see it. But we're just gonna have this close to default, so 2,500. Now the next thing we can do, go to Starter GUI and add a Screen GUI. Name this Screen GUI Shadows. Inside of Shadows, go to Add a Frame, and then make the frame as big as your screen. So basically, you can just go to Size in the Properties tab and say in curly brackets. So curly bracket 1, 0. Curly bracket to close it out, and then space, curly bracket again, 1, 0, and then another curly bracket, and then it's just going to be the size of your screen. Now, in this, you're going to change its background color to be black. Then you're going to change its background transparency to be something like 0.6. So now it's got that really dark effect. Obviously, when you play, there's going to be a small gap right here. To do that, you can just slide this down a bit and then push this up and then push it all the way back up again, and you should not have to worry about that anymore. Also, to not get confused, you can name the frame something like darkness, and you can change, and if you think it's too dark, you can change its transparency to be something like 0.8. Or if you think it's not dark enough, you can change it to be something like 0.4 or 0.2. I'm just going to keep it at 6. And now we can change some other stuff. So under the Lightings tab again, click the plus icon and search up for blur. It's going to make it really blurry. Just set the size of blur to be something like 2. And make sure it's enabled. If you want it to be a bit more blurry, you can change it to something like 5 or 10 or like 15. Oh, that's 100. Okay. I like it at 3 or 2. It doesn't really make a big change, but also makes it harder to see out in the distance. Also, make sure under lighten, it has shadow maps selected. Change its ambient to black as well. I don't know what it really does. I'm just hoping it changes something. I just like to set everything else to 0 to make it kind of closed in and harder to see out there already. And to show how dark it is, we can insert a parts We can drag that part all the way over here. Yep. And we can size it to however we want. We can make like a small neon pad. So we can go to our properties, select its color to be something like red, change it to neon, so neon, and then inside of there we can add a point lights. To do that, we can change its point light to be as much as possible. We can also enable shadows. So let me show you what shadows does real quick. So this is what shadows does. If we can just make a simple room like this, scale this out, we can change it to be something like this, and then we can rotate that, move that up a bit, just like that, move that forward, and then we can just make it all enclosed everywhere, so it's like nowhere you can see. We can do that, and then we can do that. So there we go. We can move it in like that, and then we can take our spawn point and just put it in there. We can size that to make it look nice, obviously. So there we go. We have a small spawn point. Make sure everything is anchored, obviously. And then we're gonna add a little parts up here. And make it like this. You can customize it to however you want. So like this would be nice, probably. Not the best, but it's something. And then inside of this part, you can add a point light and make its range to be something like 500, or at least max, like 60. Now, if you join in, you'll notice that it's leaking through here too. Like, you can see the light on the inside of here too. To change that, you can go back to point light and turn shadows on. So what that will do will make it so that it cannot go through here unless it's like actually in here. See? So it's not that bright anymore. So that's what shadows mostly does. So you want to turn shadows for lights on so you can really notice the change. It's like more realistic. So now we can customize this back to normal. So, I mean, you know, we're going to turn the shadows on. We can change its range to be something like 15 and give it like 2.5 brightness and change its color to be something like red maybe, or green. Like red would be good because it's neon. And then we can just take this, duplicate it again all the way over to here. And then we can just change this to like a green neon color. So bright green like this or something like that. There we go. And then inside of this point like here, you can give it its color to be something like green. So now it's like that. And to make sure we know what these are, we can name this red parts, or like red pad. And then we can name this to green pad. So now when we go in, we have this super cool dark effect. And if you want to make it like for some light really cool, you can go over to starter player, and then over here you can give it so somewhere around here. It would look like, it's, so camera mode. Set camera mode to be lock in first person. You don't have to. But now you go in and it's like, it would be, hold on. I didn't actually change it to lock in first person, so we changed that to lock in first person. Now we go in and we're stuck in first person, can't get out of it, and it looks like this cool place. Obviously, you have to wait for a second for the shaders and stuff to load, and then it'll be this like super cool place. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If it was helpful, comment down below, and you can also comment down below if it was helpful. I mean, like, if there's something else you want me to try and do. Like if this helped, and subscribe. See you in the next one.